All right, welcome in everybody. This is kind of a last minute decision on what I was going to do tonight, and I landed on doing a little more Mechabellum. I've been playing this one again in the off time I've got. It's a really nice title if you want to pick something up and have a nice bite-size bit of strategy, maybe you could call it tactics game. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this. It's one of those games that good match, bad match, generally speaking, it's over fast enough that it doesn't really start annoying me. I think for the sake of this, since we haven't done any Mechabellum in quite a while, I'm actually going to warm up in a bot game here, and then we'll do some multiplayer. I've been on a bit of a win streak lately, and I am sure I'm going to be punished greatly for that. So I'm expecting we'll probably lose every game tonight, but let's go ahead and start here. If you're new to Mechabellum, feel free to ask any questions that you'd like, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm starting here. I don't have the time pressure that I'm going to have in a regular game, so it's a little easier to answer questions. So the way Mechabellum works is you play a match. At the beginning of a match, you're offered different specialists, and each specialist has like a special ability. So Sabertooth specialist here, he decreases the cost of Sabertooth techs by 50, and we get a rank 1 Sabertooth for free on round 3. Cost control specialist gives us extra supplies per round, but all of our units are a little bit weaker, and they all have their different specialties. In addition to that, they have starting units. Some of these are stronger, some of these are weaker, and one of the ways that this game balances that is based on, I think it's win rates, and it might be win rates and use rates. They change your amount of initial HP. So if you're running a really strong, we don't have anything like use 2 out there here, but if you're running something really strong like this guy, 4,200 HP compared to this one, tells you that this is probably doing really well for itself because it has lower HP by 1,000. That's a pretty solid loss of a round worth of HP, just to throw that out there. Hey, Morris, good to see you, man. Happy to see you back on Mechabellum. I've been playing a little bit lately when I've had some free time. Like I mentioned just a second ago, it's nice for just some bite-sized strategy. So this is just going to be a bot, but it's not going to get too crazy, I highly doubt. Let me look at what I actually have on offer here. That could be vaguely interesting. We could go... I'll explain the units a little bit more once I'm in game and can actually show them a little bit better. I lose all the time with steel balls, but you know what? Keep the dream alive. I'll grab them. So, in this game, the only real differences between you and your opponent are the cards that I just picked. This is the starting units they got from whatever they picked. He picked a missile specialist, so he gets 2 missile strikes for free on round 2. I picked the fortification specialist, so all my units are going to have 17% more HP. I have a slightly stronger pick, so I have less total HP than my opponent does. But beyond that, we all can unlock the same units. There's no like, oh, I bought a DLC and I have a special unit that's better than everyone else's. There's no account levels. Put an asterisk on that. There is a slight thing, but it's very, very minor, and you'll unlock everything pretty darn easily. So if I decide, oh, snipers would counter him, I can pick snipers. There's nothing locking me out of anything in here. Between rounds, we're also going to be offered some choices, and us and the opponent are offered the same choices. So there's a little bit of like what your choices are at the very beginning can kind of shape the game. But beyond that, it comes down to nothing but skill, luck, reading what your opponent's going to do, things along that line. For this, let's see what he actually picked. So he has Mustangs. Mustangs are like it's a high-speed, all-purpose tank. They have machine guns. They can shoot air. They can be upgraded to shoot at missiles. And Hounds, which are like kind of shotgun-type units. In this case, he is going to absolutely shred my little crawlers here. These are just light little melee mechs. And I have a feeling that the steel balls are not going to win against this. So one of the things in this game is winning an individual round doesn't matter. What matters is that you get your opponent to 0. I've got a video on the channel, I think, called I Don't Hear No Bell, where I literally lose like every single round until I have like 1 HP left, and I get a complete comeback. Spoilers if you haven't watched it. And I get a complete comeback from that. because I just didn't give up. A lot of times, even in ladder, you'll see people just surrender. It's like, dude, you might have made a comeback. So many of those have been able to do that. Let me call out some people. And like I said, we're playing bot, so I have infinite time, essentially. When we're in actual matches here after this, I'll have to be a little more focused. Hey, Mateus, and horrifying thoughts. Ford is the greed route. You love greed? Well, you'll fit in just right here. Let me just throw a few greeds in chat for you there. There you go, just for you. I'll share a little bit of my greed, but just for one time. Voids are probably a good start, depending on what his techs are. Meta progression is just a build option. Yep. 3 of them can do, and they are tanking. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, we're gonna need to pick a unit that can kill things off a little bit more. I don't think a sniper is gonna chew through these well enough. He's gonna chaff clear me really strongly. Arc lights feel like they would be all right. I like Stormcallers. Stormcallers can be really annoying. These are like rocket artillery, but he can upgrade the Mustangs to counter those pretty hard, so that wouldn't be great. Honestly, I like Wraiths for this matchup, but we're a little early on in the match. So the starting units up here are free to unlock, and then as you get to bigger and bigger units, you have to pay supplies. Every round, we're going to get more supplies. But it's important that we get lots of units on the field also, because there's level ups that they can get. So I'm looking for something that has maybe a little bit of killiness. A Sabertooth might not be terrible here. I like steel balls, but this is not the matchup for steel balls. Sabertooth, I would only be able to get 1 unit, which makes me a little leery. Arc lights, I could get 2. Void eyes probably not going to be it. Let's just go arc light. I'm not gonna put too much thought into this time. I just want to kind of show it off here. So another thing that's important to know. These towers, if the enemy destroys them, they debuff your army substantially for like 10 seconds. So one of our goals is not to let him blow up our towers too early on, or when we don't want it to happen. To win a round, you need to kill all enemy units. So they can run into situations where like you have a flying unit and they can't shoot you, so it's basically an auto win for a round. So that can be something good to know. Most of the time, units are classified into chaff. So little units that are meant to get shot. Chaff clear, which are things that have like splash damage or some way that they're going to kill lots of little units. And then like a DPS unit, this isn't a great example, but in a DPS unit that's going to kill bigger, heavier units. And you're going to try to develop your board essentially over the rounds. So for me, normally I would play this super duper aggressive, but lately I've been playing a little bit more on the standard scale. So I think we're gonna do something a little more standard here. We'll do something like this. When I pick units and put them somewhere, once this turn happens, barring a special ability, I can no longer move my units. Let me think about this. Do I want to draw them? I think I do want to draw them into the middle here. So we'll do this. Once you've confirmed in your turn, you can no longer change where units are. So these units will be locked for essentially the rest of the game, barring a couple circumstances. So you have to decide like where you're going to build out your board. So the strategy here is these guys are the most forward. Most targeting in this game is the closest unit. That's what the AI is going to target. In fact, I might even put them a little further forward. My idea here is I'm going to try to draw all the enemy forces in to attack this, and then we'll kind of come in from the flanks and surround them. I don't claim to be an expert in this game. I've climbed up in MMR to almost 1,000 is as high as I've been, so I'm not like crazy high. Also, I see I'm not in a great spot. If I remember right, this is one of those games that like I just can't find a place for my head to live. Maybe we'll try it up here. We'll try that. Okay, let's play around and see what happens. So this is an auto battler. Once you've made your choices, I can't do anything in here. So he went with a very wide board. You can see how we kind of drawed some of it in, but not everything. I don't hate how that went down, actually, but we're almost certainly going to lose over here. Arclight help him out? Yeah, we're definitely going to lose that. Mustangs are, in my opinion, one of the better starter units. They do very well. So are we? They do the XP, and so do we for getting kills. Leveling up units, as a general rule of thumb, doubles their stats. So unit veterancy is a strong consideration. You do have to pay for that, though. Okay, so now we get cards, and they could be different things. They could be special abilities, they could be buffs, they could be units in this case, and he gets the same options. So one of the things in this game to get better is you need to think about, okay, what is my opponent gonna pick, and what am I gonna pick to counter that? So how did that round go for us? Well, we cleared out his chaff units, but we lost the DPS race. So something like a fire tank would help us clear out chaff faster. That wasn't really our problem. A marksman are good single target damage, but they're not good at chaff clear. Tarantulas are really good chaff clear. That's kind of tanky. That might not be a terrible choice for us. Phoenix are a really good DPS unit. I would say one of the stronger ones, and the AI is not going to be able to counter that very well. We may just run a Phoenix board here. Yeah, let's just do that. We're just showing things off right now. So when you select a unit from that, you get whatever it tells you you get. So in this case, we got one free unit, but it also unlocks the unit, and I don't need to pay the cost to do that. So you can unlock one per turn, no matter how much you want to pay. So there is some strategy behind making sure you have certain things unlocked. You get 2 recruitments per turn, but you can use special abilities to recruit more. So in this case, I think I'm just going to add extra Phoenixes here for now, and let's just see how this does. So I generally like to deploy, if I'm not specifically countering something, I try to deploy at least one set on the flanks, just in case the enemy deploys on my flank. So you can deploy over here. The first round you do that, you come in really, really slowly, so you're likely to get killed if they have anything defensively placed, which this AI does. So the enemy could put something here. So I like to have something kind of in range to try to go help with that a little bit. This is speed 16, as are you guys. Let's just make sure we don't arrive too early. These are other abilities we've got. We could drop a missile interceptor, we could drop a missile ourselves, or we could drop shield generators. We'll get to a point where we'll see those. And then just before I let the round go, let's unlock something else. I'm just gonna grab, let's just unlock a different chaff things if I want to pivot to those. Okay, so he's a missile specialist, so he used one of his missile abilities here and blew up a bunch of my units. He went the fire badgers and they're level 2s. I mean, they're gonna decimate my chaff, which means these guys die, which means the Mustangs probably are gonna kill those Phoenixes. We may actually win over here, but we otherwise lost pretty badly. Catching up on chat here. All right. You also can speed things up once you get to a certain point in the round. And there you go. This is our total HP, like I mentioned before. When this runs to 0, then we die. Okay, so again, we get another power here. So we can do quick teleport, decreases the teleportation time required for units deployed at the enemy's rear. Intensive training, we can use this to level up units. That can be kind of good. Mass-produced rhinos. I love the rhino. The rhino doesn't seem to be particularly great. Every once in a while you get like a hero rhino that really does well, but generally I struggle with those. Advanced power system increases all of our movement by 3. We're running fast aggro units, so this is really good. I think I'm just gonna grab that. Okay, so we lost pretty badly on this side, and we lost slowly on this side. So we need something over here to help out, because this side is struggling quite strongly. There are also unit techs. This is one of the things that is meta progression. You can unlock more techs for your units, but you can only equip 4 at a time for most units. So there is a little bit of meta progression, but it doesn't really matter. The units you like to use, you can unlock very quickly. The points are not painful to get or anything. Okay, more chaff would help, but these are going to clear it out instantly, so I'm not I think we might need a second wave, so maybe some slower fangs arriving a little bit later might help, although these are going to absolutely cremate them. Have you done any upgrades? No, he hasn't done any upgrades. They were really blobbed up. Let's just show off the Stormcaller here, and we'll just drop 2 of those in. And yeah, I think we're gonna just put 1 on each side for now. And then I have some points left over. I think I'm actually gonna go to our other tower here. There are 2 upgrades over here that are permanent, and I'm just gonna give us, I think I'm gonna go with the attack first. So we just permanently get some extra attack. On this tower, these are temp buffs, so I could borrow extra currency for this turn, but I have to pay it back next turn. I could recruit another unit. I could recruit higher tier units, but they cost more. I could enhance everyone's range for this round. I could increase everyone's speed for this round. And then over here, we could unlock Sticky Bomb, which is a cooldown power. We could do Field Recovery, which allows me to sell off units. We could do attack and defense. All right, let's let that run. Mustang is a cheat. Mustangs feel very strong to me. They tend to be one that like you have to do something if the enemy has Mustangs, or you will just die to them. So the proper thing the AI should do would be get the missile interceptor, and that would make the Stormcallers I bought completely negated, basically. We'll see if the Stormcallers were enough though, because it looks like we still lost ridiculously over here. And they do not seem like they were probably enough. So we do still have a couple Phoenixes and 1 Arc Light. Again, you latch on to whatever the closest target is. So while strategically it would have been way better for these guys to go attack this when we had the option, they didn't. They locked on over here. The enemy killed our tower, so now we're greatly debuffed, and that's going to be our loss on that one. So there we go. Yeah, Mustangs are very good. We may even pop some of our own Mustangs here. Okay, let's... So you had... Okay, so he got some Phantom Rays. These are kind of like short-ish range brawler missile ships. That kind of makes me think that he would pick this for the extra range on those. We could lower the cost of Stormcallers, and I tend to not buy more than a couple of those. Again, they can be pretty hard countered. Photon emission is like a protective ability we can do, or deployment. We can move freely during deployment every round. We also could skip, and if we skip, we just get some extra points. I think I'm just going to skip here. I don't really have a plan for any of these things. Like I said, we're playing a bot. I'm not going to think too hard on it, so we'll skip on that one. We did finally get something that leveled up, so we could level up this Arc Hauler if we felt like it. Let me think here. What do I want to unlock? We need something that's going to give us a little more kick, because we are not getting through there. Wraiths can be kind of interesting. I like Wraith counters into Mustangs. I like putting on the armor enhancement, which really neuters them, but we're a little bit early, because it's going to be 50 to unlock and then 300 each, and then the tech is, I think that one's 250 or 300. So I'm going to need to wait like 1 more turn here. Farseer's not gonna do it. We could bring out our own Vulcan, or a Vulcan. This is a fire mech. We could go heavier air with like a Raiden or an Overlord. It's pretty important that we recruit 2 units every turn though. So like if I did the Overlord, I'd only be able to get 1. So that's a little too expensive for what we're currently doing. We could go Scorpion. Scorpion's pretty good for mid-sized counters. But then again, we're not even getting through his chaff, are we? I think I'm going to actually go Mustang. We need some extra chaff, and I'm even going to... Oops, that was not the right button. I wanted to mass recruit, so I borrowed there. Not what I wanted to do. So we're going to bring these in. These are, again, really fast units, so we're going to put them back. I kind of want this to be another wave of units coming in. And because I accidentally borrowed, I guess we're going to go ahead and give them a tech. I think we're going to go range enhancement. Range tends to be one of the most important abilities, and we'll go ahead and get that. So the classic misclicks are back. Undo is a feature now. You can undo. Ooh, I did not know that. Nice. Where on the UI is it so I can look for it? I'm assuming it's probably bottom right. Okay, so he did the photon emission over here. So that's going to give him some extra defense for a set period of time. We'll see how we do. I can already tell you this is going a lot better just because we still have units on the field after the initial skirmish. So that went okay. And we actually won a round there. So, like I said, don't give up in this game. Like, I see so many people just give up and quit because they're losing a couple rounds in a row. You can totally have comebacks. Now, sometimes the enemy has like a level 3 fortress times 4 or something. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. You're probably not coming back from that. But in a lot of times you can do it. Ooh, a Mustang production line would be pretty cool. I kind of want to actually jump to race, but because I borrowed our money screwed up this turn. We could just increase the ability of shields. That can be nice. The Mustangs could be cool because we're already going to tech Mustangs a little bit. So this would be, I can make a giant produce Mustangs, which is kind of cool. Mobile beacon, we're not really in a situation where I need that. Fire control is very powerful. Mobile beacon OP. In the right circumstances, mobile beacon is very OP. In fact, let's just show that off because I'm not great with mobile beacon, but at least I can kind of show people what it does here. It's a good round to do that. Okay, what are we gonna do? We have some level ups here, and the AI has not so far countered my missiles. So I think we're actually going to do range enhancement, and I want to pay for this first so I know what I have left. So I have 400 points left. Veterancy would also be really good, but again, it's really important I actually get units down, and I feel like we're still kind of playing from behind, so I'm actually, I think, gonna drop some extra Mustangs. We're just gonna really kind of go in on these. Against a real player, putting too much of the same thing can be really dangerous because you will get hard countered sometimes, but against the AI, they're not gonna do that to me, so. All right, let's see how that round goes. There's another one of his missile abilities, because he's the missile. He went with a War Factory. Okay, that's a bit of a surprise. I wouldn't have guessed War Factory this early. So this is one of the really big units. It can like get upgrades to produce units, and it has lots of upgrades. Kind of hard countered by my Stormcallers if they don't counter missiles. I don't know if we'll have enough firepower this turn to kill that, but I'll add Incinerary or I'll add a second group, and we'll definitely kill that next turn. Sad, he's probably going to actually survive this round. So there's him killing the tower. So we slow to a crawl. We get like, I don't remember what the actual debuff is, but our attack and defense are both completely neutered. So it's deadly. It's absolutely deadly to take a tower. All right, well, good play on the factory. Build some more balls. I don't know. I have terrible luck with balls. Okay, Farseers are interesting. Kind of a long-range support unit. Can do some anti-air, can do some anti-missile, can do some buffs. I like that. It's a cool unit. Sabertooth is like a DPS unit. That could be something useful over here, as is the Melting Point. The Melting Point basically hard counters that thing. Although I think my Stormcallers are already going to do that. I think we're going to go Farseer. Melting Point would be a good choice here too. So before I do anything else, again, I'm gonna rank these. I'm gonna give them Incinerary Bombs. These are gonna leave Napalm on the ground. That's gonna absolutely devastate this War Factory, and that'll probably just hard counter that. All right, with the Farseer, again, I get this unlocked for free because we got one. I think I'm just gonna grab 2 more immediately, and we're gonna go a little deep into Farseers here. I like these because they have some buffs they can do, and we can see those. So we can do our own photon emission, and I believe the range is about this circle. So I also got to be careful though; they're very fast. I don't want them to arrive too early, so I need to put these way back. They can have scanning radar, which increases allied units' range, very powerful. Missile interceptors, so if they had Stormcallers, I could intercept that, or other missiles, and their own range enhancement. Generally speaking, range enhancement is really good. It's one of the better upgrades. I'm still kind of thinking going Wraith here, though. I guess I don't have to decide this turn. We could just save 50 points. I like tanky wraiths as Mustang counters. Let's see how this round goes. We'll just hold on to the 5th point. I should have unlocked a free unit though. All right, so let's see. Oh, wow, and he got a mountain. Okay, well, he's really going all in on the big units. But like you can see here, this is dying a lot faster now because of that fire. Hopefully we have enough stuff to hold out here. I'm kind of leery about that actually. We're definitely gonna kill that, but now the mountain's coming in at full HP. Oh, we're actually gonna take a tower for once. Good timing. What is in here? A saber-tooth, a level 5 saber-tooth. But we're damaging it. Looks like we're gonna take another tower. His mountain, I don't think his mountain is shot yet, or if he has, it's been like once. And then he's just gonna get rocked. So, interesting. These big units actually have upkeep costs, whereas my units don't. So these are kind of units that I generally only pick if I'm like, this unit's gonna make me win. Because if you're losing rounds while you're paying upkeep, I'm gonna get further and further ahead on my economy. Ooh, range of all units is increased by 10. This is really good. I think I'm gonna take electromagnetic impact just to show it off. So this is like a targeted ability, and again, I think we're just gonna try to squish this side really heartily. Let's do that. Also, I never used my mobile beacon. So what this is gonna do is any unit that touches this kind of has to like follow the orders. So like, let's say with these guys, we know that these are locked onto them. So maybe instead I'm gonna run them this way and then away, let's say. So these guys will try to chase them down, essentially. This isn't a great example of why this could be a really useful power. Like, if the enemy's stormcalling you, you can use these to like zigzag and make them miss a whole bunch of shots on you. All right, and I think I am gonna try to do some wraith stuff. So let's get 2 of them. I'm gonna want the armor. And these have another nice, I think it's called disintegration beam or degen beam. That is just like a huge debuff aura. So if we decide we want that, we could do it for 400. I do think I'm gonna upgrade the Stormcallers. I don't generally do this because players will almost never let you do missiles, but the AI is probably gonna let me. So I'm gonna spend a little bit there. And Phoenix also really like upgrades, so I think I'm gonna do them. All right, let's see how that goes. Next patch, they won't have upkeep. Interesting. He went double mountain. Okay, we both missiled each other there. And there's my little guys following their special path. And they did drag those units into the middle, weirdly. Did they counter my missiles? No, they didn't. Okay. Now I'm definitely thinking degen beam. Although this poor guy's probably not going to live long enough to level up, which I really, really would like it if he did. The XP's down here, kind of under my head. Okay, let me fix that. I almost need to have like a scene for every single game we play, so that I have things in the right place. All right, but again, the missiles hard carry us here. There we go. The damage you deal is based on your living units. So if you have a big bot alive, it does a lot more damage than one single crawler will do. Just for the we've almost certainly won this. Just for the sake of showing it off, let's do Vulcans. So these are like flamethrower tanks, kind of cool. We'll plop them just in the middle, and I'm gonna give them extended range. And I think I'm gonna give them ignites because they're gonna have to fire in big targets. And let's do degen beam just to show it off. And then Mustangs are another unit that really likes levels, so we'll give them some levels. All right. I think we've shown off decently here. Okay, so he did put the debuff resistance here, which I think makes you immune to the fire while it lasts. So that was actually a pretty good little play over here. Immune to my scorching ground I'm leaving behind. Not the missile hits themselves though. And my little Vulcan trying his darnest. With that upgrade, he does percentage damage. So that's why he's actually able to kind of do these big units. Without that, he'd barely tickle this thing. And then the Wraith here is running the degen beam. So enemies have their movement speed slowed, their attack reduced, and they take extra damage. So, yeah, nice little comeback. We had a little rough start there. Okay, so that's all well and good, but now let's play an actual person instead of a dumb bot. And I'm gonna have the addition of time pressure on me. They're pretty generous with time, but you know, 30% of my IQ right off the top when I hit go live makes it a lot harder than normal. Okay, so multiplayer. This is me right now. It'll show my MMR here in a second. I think I'm floating about 900 at the moment, which is the highest about I've ever been, give or take. I'm kind of on a win streak, so I'm expecting horrendous losses here. Let's see what happens. So start matchmaking. I just want to do 1v1s. Please matchmake me. Yeah, there are going to be buildings coming. They're trying to make the first round a little less random. Okay, so I'm at 913. We're fighting a 944 for MMR. Ooh, okay. Okay, I don't like missile specialist particularly. I don't like that pairing, although I do like giant specialist. Cost control can be good, but I'm not very good with it. I don't like this unit combo, but it must be doing really well because it has low HP. I got 10 seconds to decide. I think we're gonna go Sabretooth. I do like Sabretooth. All right, we'll do that. Okay, so this is move 8 meters per second, and the crawlers are 16. Okay, so we're gonna probably want to start really back on this first wave or so. And I think we're gonna just go really deep. What did he actually get? So he's got fangs and Sabretooth. Okay, so interesting. A little bit of Sabretooth mirror match there. Arachnids are very good chaff clear, but I don't think they're gonna beat Sabretooth, and I don't think our crawlers will beat them. So we need to pick a decent counter. We could go air void eyes. That would be okay. We could just go like some mass wasp. I like extended range Phoenix, but this is a little early for that. Got 40 seconds. Way too early to do Stormcallers. I think he also has... Oh, he doesn't have the anti-missile tech. So Stormcallers may still be in the running here. Steel balls wouldn't get through those. I think I'm just going to eat the loss on this round, and I think I'm just going to grab an extra tarantula and see if we can get a little extra XP. Yeah. We'll add some more chaff in the front here next turn. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, so a common deployment is to load one side extra. I am not good at reading the situations when to do that yet, but this is a pretty common deployment. So he's going to get his tank in here. So we're definitely going to want chaff in front. Yeah, look at what that Sabretooth did. We're definitely going to want some chaff in front of that. We want this Sabretooth to shoot into little guys, not big guys. Yeah, he rocked me here. He only had one set of things off to the side, whereas his rest of his army was hitting me, and my guys over here had to walk on in very slowly. It actually did better than I thought. We actually killed the Sabretooth, so at least we got that. At least we got that. We did not deserve that. Okay, so we already know we need something out front so he doesn't get shot first. Subsidized steel balls. Don't tempt me. We could move units around. An assault Vulcan. Increase Vulcan HP by 40%, move speed but decrease range. I don't like that. Redeploy can be useful. I'm gonna go triple chaff this turn probably. I'm gonna skip here. And I think I'm gonna unlock fangs. And I'm gonna go triple chaff. I don't feel like he did very good at clearing us. I think we did okay on that. Fangs are nice because they're slow. So you're gonna have different timings. And let's see, he's all over here. let me put one here. All right, you guys are just going to eat the main force, and then I tend to mirror my deployments, probably to my own detriment. I tend to mirror it, especially when they do this. I'm willing to eat those early losses. Hopefully he'll keep piling units here, and then we'll get something AoE that will just blow them all up at some point. We have 100 points left. I'm kind of thinking an early buff. Probably to attack. I tend to pick attack before defense. If you're going to die, you're probably going to die anyways without the defense. Or with the defense, so let's just go early attack. All right, other things we might want to think about. Tarantula extended range is another thing that can change this matchup up here. I do run high explosives, so if I need extra chaff clear, these guys can do it. I also have it set up so they can do anti-air, and I am running spider mine. So if we really like how the arachnids are doing, we may go 2 more and tech them. We'll see how it goes here. So you already can see he's shooting a guy with that giant cannon doing almost nothing. That's what you want. You want big guns shooting little guys, not big guys. Oh, and he did send in a flank unit. So hooray that my fangs caught that. But again, we're probably going to lose this one. Yeah, you guys get some XP as fast as you can. Unfortunately, probably not going to level. This is going to get 2 hit by the saber. So next round, we'll get our free saber tooth out. I'm probably just going to go toe-to-toe with the ones he has. Let's go ahead and speed it up here. That wasn't terrible. I don't hate that matchup. The extra chaff really helped us there. We got one fang shooting the enemy tower. You go, buddy. Okay, there's our Sabertooth. Now, he is ahead in levels, so that is something to be aware of. Okay, so Arclights do the same job as Arachnids, no. Typhoons can do anti-air. Berries are nice. That could be a thing. Void Eye can be good, but I'm not great with them, and I'm not good with Phantom Rays either. What did he flank me with? A set of crawlers. Okay, but we already killed that, so that's okay unless he adds more. 3 Void Eyes are more than 2 Typhoons. Void Eyes I can also go to the air if I need to. Let's do Void Eyes. And I'm going to kind of line them up to fight the tanks. So I do think I'm going to break what I was deploying before. All right, we have 1 Sabertooth. And I think we're going to go 2 Sabertooth. We're going to try to match his firepower here. And I can still get 1 more set of units. Let's get some more crawlers. None of my guys have leveled, which sucks. And I'm going to mass recruit, not borrow, some more crawlers. We were doing pretty decent at keeping chaff alive, so I'm just going to flood him with a little bit more. And they're going to kill me over there. Let's just make sure these die. We'll do that, because if he's already flanked once, that means he's willing to put more over there. Do I have free Void upgrade? What's the free upgrade? Okay, he went Typhoon. Not a bad choice. Okay, I already see I'm gonna need a little more chaff over here. These guys are locked onto my tank, which I don't love. Come on, get in there, boys. Get in there. Yeah, ironically, we tanked for the chaff, which is not what you want. You want your chaff tanking for the tank. Okay. We got both of the sabers this time, though, so that's all right. Okay, all of his big guns are down. I think this is our win. I don't think the fangs can carry this. Okay, first blood. If he bleeds, we can kill him. Subsidized marksman. A couple marksmen I do feel are just a nice investment. An incinerate bomb would hurt him a lot. And I think I'm going to grab that. This could be very round changing. Immediately, though, I'm going to invest in some shields because it's very likely with my deployment that he would want to firebomb me. So I'm going to spend 300 points for shields. If they don't kill those, then we do get our... we get to keep them. He's almost certainly gonna block that, but let's try. No. I want to make sure I get both the sabers. Let's try. If he doesn't shield it, we win this round. If he does, well, that sucks. Okay, we have 400 points. Okay, I needed a little bit more chaff here. This didn't work properly, so let's get another set of fangs. I'm picking the fangs because they're slow. So I want them to slowly waddle forward, and I'm putting them horizontal because I want them to, if they have AoEs, I want them to slowly kill the front line, not quickly. And I think we're going to extended range our tarantulas. That'll keep them a lot safer. And then let's get the sniper unlocked just in case I want it. I love early snipers, even if they're not great, because you can pivot them into anti-air, and some high-level snipers can really help against some things that are kind of surprising. All right, let's see. Okay, so he picked, what is that, Phantom? No, a shield. Okay. So he's gonna block some of our fire, but not all of it. So this is probably auto our win because we're gonna kill off so many of his important units on this side. Although we're gonna run a bunch of our own guys into the fire, so maybe not. We definitely would like that shield of his to die, and we definitely would like ours to survive because we get to keep them until they're destroyed. So that would be the best. Okay, the extended range on the arachnids have really helped them out. You can see all three of them are still alive this time, whereas they've been dying every round before. Okay, I like how that went. Okay, nuke would really be annoying. Efficient light manufacturing. This could be so good, but how many more light units are we gonna get? And it's expensive. I think we're gonna be pivoting more towards heavier things. I'm gonna take the cheaper one because I do want a power, but I don't want to pay too much. And because there's a nuke, again, I'm gonna protect myself. One of the things is, if I train him that I'm gonna always put up shields, then he'll think twice about how he deploys. And I already showed him I'm willing to do this, so I should think twice about what I'm doing. I think we're just gonna blow up like these little guys over here, just to make sure we get some value out of this. And I'm gonna use it right away to make sure we get... Okay, no, not all three of these have leveled up. 2 of these have leveled up. I do need more units. He has fangs, but otherwise he's not doesn't have anti-air. We can take the void rays into the air if we want. I also could give range to the sabers. What do I want? 18 seconds. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to think about what I want. All right, give me some Mustangs because I'm out of time. And again, I'm just gonna make sure, I'm gonna add some more oomph, I think, over here. And I'm out of time, so give me an upgrade. And an upgrade. Oh, he did nuke. Okay, I read that properly. Everyone under my shields, if the shields are up when it lands, should be okay. Oh no! Oh no! All right, well, he blew up both shields before the nuke landed, so this is his win. There you go. All right, well, that's payback for the napalm, I suppose. It's always so hard to tell on rounds like this because I don't know how this would have gone. Like, we lost 2/3 of our forces off the jump, so I have no idea how well we would have done that round. Okay, I see some steel balls over here. Okay, efficient tech upgrades. Yes, I only need to buy a couple techs to make that worthwhile. And I'm going to do a promotion here. I think we're going to do one here. Those are not techs. Techs are these things, but I just want to get those out of the way. All right. What does he have that's anti-air? Bangs and one set of typhoons. I think, again, I really like the Wraith tank. So if I get Race and I want the armor enhancement at bare minimum, I could get 2 of them. And I think I'm probably going to set these up on degen beams. So I think we're going to deploy them here. Your speed 10. Yeah, I think we are going to deploy them here. Okay, void eyes. I think I'm going airborne on these guys too. All right, so I've already broke even on buying the tech upgrade choice, so I'm happy with that. I've been told for your generic chaff not to upgrade them because they give way more experience to the enemy. That's something I'm experimenting with. I don't know if that's the right call or not. One more promotion. Horrifying Thought says, I'm a ball enjoyer if you've got the right tech. I too aspire, but I always seem to do terrible. Oh, he went with a sandworm. Ooh. Okay. That's a little spooky. Does he have anti-air on him? I don't think so. Okay. Well, I'm glad I went air with the void eyes. I can't tell. I think we're slightly losing at the moment. He is hitting my tower, which I don't love. And he's definitely going to take it. Okay, so Sandworm needs something to counter him over there. But he doesn't have anything that can kill my air, so this is an auto win for me. Nice. That should not have been my win, but we killed off all the things that could shoot air. Okay, Fire Badgers, eh. Overlords, I do like Overlords. This also kind of doubles down to our air thing. But the question is he going to counter that? Melting Point can be really good against worms if you can get them to connect properly. I think we're pivoting air. We're going air. So give me... I can do Mothership for 200. Yeah. Okay, so these are nice. These have semi-long range missiles. And with the Mothership upgrade, they're going to spawn... I don't love that he's going after that, but that's all I can do. They're going to spawn wasps to add some more air targets. So if he didn't pivot into something anti-air, this is going to be our win for this round, for sure. We also would like to buy a wasp unit so that I can buy wasp upgrades, but I can't. I'm broke this turn. I don't think we're going to, even if we win strongly, I don't think we're going to kill him, so I'm not going to borrow this turn. Sledgies, huh? You probably want ground cannons more than Mothership. My thought is that he's struggling to kill my air stuff so hard anyways. Just giving it a little bit of chaff allows the missiles to work. I do like ground cannons too. I probably need to take armor off of these guys. I don't use them in that role anymore. I think extended range would probably do better. All right, what did you get? Okay, some Farseers are anti-air. So that is a good choice for him. They're not, oh, but he specialized them. I was gonna say, they're not specialized, but he did specialize them. Yeah, see how that's making shorter work of this? Hopefully those little wasps will buy us a couple extra shots. We're holding out better on this flank, that's for sure. We do have a wasp that did make it back here. Okay, that's going just fine. That's going just fine. He doesn't have missile. Okay, without missile, anti-missile here, he doesn't have any anti-missile. He'd have to go Mustang. Because he doesn't have the missile upgrade on his Sabertooth selected. Airdrop of Vulcan, that's probably really tempting. Heavy armor, this is really tempting to me too. Mass-produced Overlord, as much as I like Overlords, I don't want to debuff them with that. I'm going to take the heavy armor, and I think we're going to add the heavy armor to this Wraith. This Wraith specifically died really early, and then this one leveled so it can go up. Okay, you leveled, yes. And I think we're going to promote you guys. What else do we want? think we want a little more chaff, actually. Let's go with Mustangs. I just like Mustangs as chaff. And I think we're going to keep arriving late. Our early waves are doing just fine. I'd like you to go down the middle. And I'm going to give them... No, I'm not going to give them range. I do want them getting shot at the moment. All right, let's get ground cannon. And we have 200 left. And if we win this round, we win. So I'm going to borrow. I'm going to take the temp buffs. 250 left. I do have a... Okay, I'm going to get the oil. We're going to go... Oh, I got to do this fast. We're going to go hardcore here. All right. And that. I ran out of time. I ran out of time. All right, did you shield, friend? You don't look like you shielded. Okay, I think we win via the drop we just did. Yeah. All right. I feel pretty good about that. That worked okay. I mean, it's easy to say that in retrospect, but he knew I had the fire. He probably should have shielded. He probably should have. I knew his nuke wasn't going to be off cooldown yet, so that was pretty safe for me. So GG, Semper Paratus. Thanks for the game. One thing when I'm playing this, I always feel bad when I'm streaming it because it's like, if I win, it's like, yeah, me and 20 people together were able to beat up one dude. So I don't know. Of course, then again, sometimes it's also too many cooks in the kitchen. All right, we're just going to hop straight back in. We did make really good use last round of the tech cost reduction. So I'm pretty happy with that. Sometimes you pick it and then you end up not using it. So that worked pretty well. Okay, speed specialist. I don't like the unit combo there. Fortified specialist is fine. Quick supply, okay. It's okay. I think I'm going to go fortified. I'm comfortable with these units. All right, and... yeah, I think we're going to do... remind me again, 6 and 8. So he's a little bit faster. That should be okay. That, and then you guys kind of split up as you come in. We're fighting... sledgehammers and fangs. Okay, let's not do the same thing we did last time. Let's actually go with a couple marksmen early. Like I said, I like the utility of these guys quite a lot. Let's just... these will give me some anti-air options if I need to pivot to that. Yeah, let's do something like that. So again, we're trying to pull units in at these two spots and group them up for us. What's his units? He has sludgies and fangs. This is not a perfect counter there, but like I said, I like to get a couple early and a few levels on those. If I need to pivot into anti-air, these can be surprisingly good. And sometimes they're just really demoralizing and they'll stop spamming air units because of how demoralizing it is to have them shot by snipers. Okay, so he went with a very defensive spawn. What are you? Elite, yeah. So he went with some high-ranking crawlers. I don't know about that. I feel like that's just gonna feed me XP. Ooh, we did get our sniper in on the sledgies though. That was a nice little juicy bonus kill. Yeah, our own wave clear is not good enough. So we need to get some anti-chaff units for next round. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be our loss. All right, so next round we definitely need some clear. So arachnids, arc lights. That's kind of my thought at the moment. Okay, none of these are clear. That's a very, very early Farseer. I think Phoenix here is pretty good. Hound's OP here. Yeah, Hounds could work too. I don't have a ton of experience with those. Storm. I'm gonna go Phoenix here. I don't like early storms. If I'm gonna pivot into storms, I want to do it super late and surprise them for like a surprise win on a round. I don't know. I tend to find people hate them so much they definitely will counter them. Okay, so then I want probably double arc lights or some hounds. Let's do hounds. I don't have a ton of experience with hounds. Oh, and I can only get one unit. Okay, so you are speed 10, so I don't want you to be too far forward. I'm not used to this deployment he did. This is really weird. It's throwing me off. Let's try that. And I have 100 points left. I can't get another unit because I've already recruited a Phoenix. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that offensive. Okay, we would like a little chaff in front of these guys. I don't love that Fangs are going to be shooting these. This is not a good matchup for them. These are to kill other things. Okay, he did get some air units, so again, we're probably going to get overwhelmed here. Oh, and I didn't see what happened to our Fangs. Shoot. Obviously, they died. Or not Fangs, Hounds. Okay. That is not a good round. Extended range sledgehammers can be good. I don't like mass produce here. I don't predict that. 50 for a laser sight. I'll take that. Okay, we had a couple problems last round still, so I'm gonna unlock these. I don't think that's what we're building though. All right, so over here we needed some more chaff. So give me another Fang unit. And again, I think we can slow boat in. Actually, no, I don't. Let's do that. And then I think we want some more hounds. Unfortunately, I didn't see what happened over here, so I don't know how that matchup went. It's got a lot of chaff here. We could split them up down the middle. Let's split them down the middle. We have 350 left. I think we are going to mass recruit. And we're going to get another hound. And let's add some more over here. And I think we're going to get an upgrade and then awkwardly end up with 100 points. I really wish I had seen what had happened over here. Yeah, that incinerating bomb might not be a terrible choice here. Okay, so let's make sure we know what happens with these hounds. Okay, the middle ones are doing some work. So are the ones on the right. Okay, they just get overwhelmed. They need some more chaff. Okay. You know, maybe I spoke too soon about those higher ranked crawlers. They definitely are doing work for him. Yeah, that's definitely our loss. Okay, so we notice how much chaff he has on the board. We are not clearing that well enough. If our big units weren't dying early, we would carry these rounds. Super supply enhancement. You know what? I think I can hold out for this to matter. I'm living on a dream. Okay, so made the wrong choice. Well, I make a lot of those. Don't worry about it. All right, let's try the incendiary bombs. I don't have a ton of experience with hounds, so these are kind of new to me. Let's do that. We could oil him. We do have an incendiary bomb to light it. I don't really want to level those. I could just get another chaff unit. Let's actually get some more chaff. Do I want to switch up what I'm getting? I don't think so. We may go shield fangs here. Yeah, let's add some more on this side. Try to help these hounds out a little bit. All right, let's see how that goes. He's doing a lot of unit veterancy upgrades, which seem to be working for him. No techs yet. All right. I also think I have those phoenixes too far forward, unfortunately. I need to get something faster to sit in front of those so they don't end up in front. That's really bad that my phoenixes are tanking at the beginning. All right, well, we definitely did better on the chaff clear. We actually have, other than that unit, most of them down. When you die to a freaking crawler as a marksman, turn in your rifle. Okay, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Okay, we both took super supply though, unfortunately. So we didn't actually come out ahead there. We just kept par. Mustangs feel like a good choice here. He's got a bajillion things. We could try to just fire badger him. Again, I'm not great with fire badgers. I know how to use mustangs. Mustangs would also help with the little bit of air he has. Let's go Mustang. Like I said, I know how to use these, so I feel pretty comfortable with them. We will insulate ourselves against those flanks if they happen. I wanted something up front. I think we're just gonna kind of all in on these. I'm gonna have one arrive a little early because I want to keep these phoenixes alive. So you guys, yeah, I'm sorry you die for my mistake. Let's extend range those. Let's do the hounds. Let's do the snipers. Let's do the sabers. And I don't think he has enough to kill me this round, so I'm not going to missile. I don't tend to missile unless it's like I think I'm going to live or die. Individual rounds don't matter that much to me. No. All right. All right. Am I a genius or am I a fool? Skip the badger. That makes sense. With the incineration, we have the option of lighting oil on fire too. Like, look how he's grouped up right now. Like, an oil right here on fire would wipe out so many units. Okay, we're gonna need high explosive on the Mustangs if we're gonna go deeper into them. I can already see that. Did they buy me enough time though is the question. On the right, no. On the left, no. Okay, so more chaff clear. We're still struggling on that. Armor Wraith game. Actually, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, he's just too set up for this. I have to try. Okay, but that also means he could do it to me too, so I'm kind of a defensive player, so I'm always gonna do these. All right, to make sure I don't bub this up. Those crawlers keep killing me, so let's make sure we get at least one set of those. This would be a round we could do the Wraith. You know what? You don't have to threaten me with a good time. I'll armor Wraith any day. And how far forward? I don't even think I want these particularly far forward. They could be pretty defensive. Okay, 150 left. All right, let's get the hounds a little bit more juice. All right, let's see how sad we are. Okay, he did shield, so he's gonna get partial. All shield drops and fire drops on your side. He always ends up coming to you. I see. Yeah, I could have put that closer to us. That's fair. That's definitely fair. I'm usually not good at making those calls. I try to place things way too aggressively sometimes. He also went with missiles, interestingly. What's he gonna catch? Just a Fang? Alright, well, at least he didn't get the Phoenix. Alright, Armor Wraith, let's hope you can do something here. couple phantoms on his side. We are sniping them down here. Unfortunately, we may get crawlers. I'm still not clearing enough chaff on this side. Those crawlers have gotten insane value for him. Nope, that was a pretty total failure. Yeah, fire right here would have been much better. Right there. And he does win. All right, well, GG. Crazy J. Good game. Yeah. I was just on the back foot from the beginning. We never had enough chaff clear. If chaff is alive at the end, then you did something wrong. And I never even got close to killing all of his chaff. I feel a little bit better that he's that far ahead of me. You hate Storm? True. True. We never did pivot to the Storm. All right. But again, like I said, one of the things I like about this game, even relatively miserable matches, they're just over. And you just move on. Compared to a lot of like RTS games, where it's like you need like 40 minutes for the game to really like get going, and then you already like know if you've won or lost at that point. Those crawlers were his MVPs. They absolutely wrecked me multiple times. I never got them properly countered. I don't think I had my hounds in the right place either. That's a new unit since I was really playing a lot, so I don't have a ton of experience with it. A rhino specialist? Ugh. This is fine. I can play those. I like giant specialists, but I don't love those units. Although the balls... I'm gonna go fortified again. I like having voids with the option to go air if you need to. Okay, so sledgies are slow, 7 meters per second. While we're on the ground, the voids are a little bit faster. And I think I'm just gonna keep doing relatively standard. Let's pull back a little. Relatively standard deployment. I don't like the lopsided deployments. Okay, and then I think we're gonna go, what do you got? Mustangs and hounds. Okay, well, I don't even know what I want to go on that. A wasp would be no good. Crawler, maybe. Crawlers absolutely get shredded by Mustangs, so I guess it's Fangs. Fangs are going to get absolutely shredded by the hounds too. All right, well, for those about to die, I salute you. 6 and 7, so yeah, that's probably all right. We'll go with the double funnel here. They're also nice and waving at me, and I'm like panic moving units still. Well, maybe we can, here, let's go a nice wave back. There we go. Mustang of your own? That could be. Mustangs, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't Mustangs 200 points though? I do try to really get my double deployments down. Also, you're not even. I failed. He's 1 square back. Okay, he did hard deploy on one side. These guys are gonna totally get wrecked by that. Hopefully we arrive soon enough to matter. This is the power of lopsided things though. He has almost all of his units shooting me, and half my forces aren't even there. So that is definitely something I need to get better at. And he's going to take a tower at just the wrong time. We might have actually won this engagement, maybe, but not when the tower dies. Yeah, and then everyone dies. Okay, not terrible. Okay, fortified Mustangs. I don't like the reduction there. Redeployment can be useful. Extended range Phoenixes can be good. Stormcallers can be good. Okay, I'm gonna commit to buying 2 Stormcallers at some point if I pick this. So I feel like that's gonna like really, yeah. Let's skip that. I don't think that's it. I think we're gonna grab double Mustangs here. That'll help. If he goes air on the voids, they can shoot them. We can extended range to stay out of the hounds if we want to change our mind on that. Yeah, let's do that. All right, we need something over here, so I'm just gonna do my standard defensive deployment there, and then on this side, I think I'm gonna do the same. Let's just say, please don't flank me with some Mustangs. And we have 50 points. Again, we could grab a missile, but I think I'd rather just keep the points for future. I'm fine with losing individual rounds at the beginning. All right, what did he get? I'm very glad that at least these guys didn't pull these. At least these came to bear. More sledgies. That's true. Yeah, I do like to get the sledgies early to try to get that level 2 for them. They really enjoy that. Okay, he brought some extra. Okay, so I'm glad I brought the Mustangs over there. I don't know if we win or lose that, but at least we're not completely outnumbered. We take out the hounds relatively effectively, actually. And on that side, pretty good, actually. We're gonna clear that, and they're gonna go take his tower this time. I think we win this one, unless he gets on the tower early, which he very well might. We may have killed enough units that we survived the debuff, and then we take his tower as soon as the debuff wears off. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, so some extra sledgies sound pretty good to me. I do really like efficient research. Nano repair kit's an absolute monster on the right units. We haven't done any tech though. I'm definitely gonna tech at some point. All right, let's do the sledgies, and then what else do I want to unlock? Let's unlock the Stormcallers just in case. All right, so here. We'll do that. We're already winning this one. I think I would rather have more people come down the middle and help with that. Yeah, we got 150 left. We could do a fast recruit and get another chaff unit. I don't hate that idea. Let's do that. We'll grab you. Let's actually do a 3-prong here. Let's see if we can pull some of this towards the middle level. Yeah, it needs 100. I think I'd rather get a couple more units down. All right, let's see how it goes. You hate my sledgy techs? Back when I was playing a lot, the linked sledgies were, everyone was countering those with meltas. So, and I just haven't played enough lately to know the new meta for those. I think I was using those as like actual DPS units at the time, hence the extended range and the electromagnet. Sledgies are doing some work. Okay, so if I was him, what would I want? It's probably some air to kill these, or some Stormcallers, or a big DPS unit maybe. They are tank. They are tank. That's a correct statement. Okay, Scorpion would be really good here. Well, I say that. He doesn't have that many medium units, actually. I don't like Rhinos. I do like Typhoons, but what would they shoot? I'm not good with Fire Badgers. I think I want the Scorpion. I don't know why I have field maintenance on him. Typhoon with the missile tech. All right, we'll try it. We'll do a couple. You guys are 9. That. Yeah, let's keep building up as if I'm gonna mirror. And then I do want your level, and I think I am gonna level these guys. They seem to be doing a lot of my killing. I think that's it for now. All right, and you guys with the homing missiles. We have 300 points left. You know what? I think we are gonna tech sledgies, so let's just get another set out. And we have 100 points. All right, I'm running out of time, so for time's sake, some extra chaff. Oh, okay. He did my little thing with the wraiths. All right, so we're gonna need something to kill wraiths. Some air specialist snipers, or maybe Farseer. I don't think I have anti-air specialization on my Farseer. That was a good call on his part. He doesn't have the armor up at the moment, so I think we will actually kill them with the Typhoons. So we kind of lucked out a little bit there. All right, we're gonna need a better solution for that. On the boat? What do you mean by boat? If you're talking Overlord, no. If you're talking Farseer, yes. Okay, Javelin can be really good. That can actually be pretty decent. We're not balling. I think I'm going to take Orbital Javelin. I do like having this option in the late game. All right, if I was going to go... Farseer with scanning radar or range enhancement. I don't have anti-air on that though. We could go anti-air snipers. He doesn't have a ton of air, so I could single those out pretty well. 44 seconds. We can get 2 of these, which is what I would need. I wouldn't be able to tech them this turn. All right, let's do it. All right, these are stupid fast, so I'm gonna put them like... Oh, I didn't notice you. Did we kill you last round? We must have. Yeah, that's fine. That'll make sure those die. I totally even missed that. All right, I'm gonna get you. Okay, so yeah, he has no XP, so he didn't get a single kill. I'm pretty sure I can see his XP, right? I'm not making this up. Yeah, I can see his XP. So these rhinos didn't get any kills. Okay, and then he sold or moved them. Okay, he javelined. I should have probably spent my javelin. That was a little mistake. It's all right. We'll keep that in our back pocket. He won't know. I don't think that's going to change the outcome of this fight. Did you put shields or armor? No, you didn't. I definitely would have armored those. Armor will severely nerf the machine guns, actually killing those. But then again, his Scorpion's going to be on my Farseer here in a second, so I think that's his win. Okay, Fortress could be good. The Marksman could still be good. I kind of want something that can hit air. So we could go Fortress, and we could go anti-air barrage. That would help take out those wraiths faster. Stormcaller. All right. You guys made me do it though. I want that noted. You guys made me do it. I think I'm okay with just driving those down the middle. And if I'm gonna get those, I'm definitely giving them range enhancement. All right, we got 850 left. Let's give you guys levels. Nobody else is leveled at the moment. 650 left. I think we're just gonna go with some extra chaff. And I think I'm actually gonna grab crawlers for this. And I want you guys, yeah, I want you guys just to spread out and go be annoying against everyone. Not you. I'm out of time. Okay, we'll do that. And then I'm just literally out of time. Yeah, I'm just literally out of time. You're really negative tonight, Mateus. Okay. Let's see. At least he doesn't have anything with easy anti-missile at the moment. Okay, he still didn't armor those. I am really shocked. The armor would completely negate the typhoon hitting that. I'm not sure how this turns out. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Farseer holds. No, no, Farseer, you need to live. Okay, I think we do actually win this. Oh no! What bad timing! What bad timing! Oh, but the missile! Oh my goodness! We didn't deserve that win. 2 more storm. I do agree with that. If we're gonna go storm, we really should go storm. I like the idea of the fortress. We haven't hit him with a lot of abilities, so he may not have acid. I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with assault fortress here. All right, we need. I don't need it this round, and I do. If we're gonna make Stormcallers work, we probably should do it now. Let's grab 2 more of those, and I'm gonna put those on the sides. You guys have definitely earned your promotion, not you. You guys. Yeah, I should have. Maybe we should have been a smidgen more forward, but I don't know. We're gonna outrun our chaff. All right, let's get another one. I think we're actually gonna recruit a higher level, and I want another Farseer. And this one I do want to position where he's gonna cover the middle. I'm gonna try to get the fortresses covered by his photon emission. We have 450 left. We have a lot of these. I've done nothing. Let's range them, I guess. And let's get you a promotion. All right. Did he get anything with anti-air? I think I did see anti-air come up. No. Or anti-missile. He did not anti-missile. All right. Well, that's a lot of Stormcallers. Can we buy them enough time? He's got an anti-missile next turn, right? And he still didn't get armor? I'm really shocked he hasn't bought armor. Like, those DGM beams are messing me up bad. Like, really bad. Alright, so I'm thinking Shield Fortress. I'm thinking Shield Fortress. And Photon Beam, if I can afford all that. Or Photon Emission. Okay, not bad. This has been a nail biter. Okay, I'm gonna buy 2 techs. We could just take the ability. I'm gonna go greed. I don't know what the exact costs are. All right, so I want fortress, and I want 2 of you, and I would love to have barrier, which I could get. And then hopefully next time we'll grab anti-air barrage and more fortresses. How much do you cost for photon? 300. If I win this round, I win. So I'm gonna go greed, and I'm gonna borrow, and I'm gonna get the photon emission. I want to make sure they're in range for it. Pretty sure you get covered by that. All right, we'll see if the greed's real. And I am gonna just... I'd love to kill one of those void eyes, I suppose. Try to hit that with a missile. All right. Let's see if I made good decisions. Right, he went deeper in. Did you get armor? He did. He bought the armor, guys, and he did get some anti-missile. Unfortunately, I pivoted a little bit here, so hopefully the pivoting will help. Okay, the fortress is eating a lot of the early damage. Even though they're killing the missiles, every time they kill missiles, they're not shooting one of my units, so that is decreasing his damage to me. And then as soon as you start killing Mustangs, their air coverage decreases. All right, was the greed good? Oh, ability. I totally forgot the ability. I'm really bad about that. I'm guys, you gotta believe me. I'm pretty good at using abilities when I'm not streaming. You gotta believe me. Unfortunately, do we have enough to finish off that Phoenix? Okay, we have a Farseer. Oh, but bad timing. Bad timing. We need that debuff to wear off like now. Yeah, he wins the round. That Phoenix is going to be able to clean us up. We'll have nothing that can hit it. Death by single Phoenix, and we did borrow. Okay, definitely got to use our ability here. And I think we're going to kill something right in the middle. Overlords. It's not steel balls. Some rank 1. We're not really having a problem with that. Let's go with that. That gives us the most value. And I think we're just going to kill a wraith here. Or maybe we kill you. I'm pretty likely to be able to kill you. Okay, and then on you, hold that thought, because I do want the missile barrage. I think that's going to make a difference. You can just come in late, possibly. Okay, and then get me. Doesn't really matter. I want one chef unit. I want to make sure that we're pulling really far into the middle if I can. 150 left. It was this side that ended up having that Phoenix survive, so I think I'll bring you in. I've got shields. Let's do missiles. And let's just try to missile some of his chaff, I suppose. I don't tend to use a ton of missiles. Let's have that one back a little further. All right. Let's see if we made good decisions or bad decisions. Okay, well, I already missed some of those units I meant to hit in the middle, but we did take out a Scorpion. That should help our shield in the middle stay up quite a bit longer. Okay, one Wraith down really early. More missile density seems to be overwhelming the Mustangs. Don't like that we still have that Wraith up in the middle. Come on, fire again. Okay, phew. Okay, it looks like we've cleared out his right side pretty effectively, though. I think we're okay. Well, no, actually, I take that back. The left side may have lost for us this time. Because they're going to take the tower. Oh, man. I'm not sure what he changed on that. Was it just the veterancy there? Yeah, I figured maybe we could get lucky and hit that, but mainly just to overwhelm the missile defense some more. Ion Blast probably here. I don't think the additional slot helps us that much. Let's Ion Blast. And let's make sure we use it. People generally shield their middle if they shield anything. Let's start it here. Maybe we can get lucky. Okay, and then on our side, I think we're gonna upgrade you. The Overlords aren't doing it because they can't They're getting missile intercepted too much. We could go deeper into storms, and I will get these lower level ones 1 level. 2 overlords with wasps. Okay, yeah, we can afford that. We have 100 points left. We will take the range. And I kind of want these to not get shot up too super early, so I'm going to actually put these kind of far back. I'm hoping for a couple waves of wasps. All right, did he shield? He didn't, so hopefully we'll get some good value out of that ion blast. Not as much on the Wraith as I was hoping. Oh, and he did come right down my middle. Okay, the Wraith's out front. I do like to see that on the right. It didn't kill the Overlord, which is surprising to me. Okay, the air burst actually getting through from that. Dude, this fortress just killed the Phoenixes with that air burst somehow. I'm gonna give this one to the Wraiths. I think the Wraith chaff was enough. Man, GG. I should have it turned so that you guys can't see them chat. I believe I have them all muted. I just think that's respectful for people who don't know they're on a stream. Anonymous, thanks for the game. GG. Hey, Owen, been a hot minute. How's the streams been? Just finished watching a movie and saw that you were streaming. Been all right. Been all right. We wrapped up a couple series lately. Wandering Sword being the 100-hour-ish playthrough when I thought it was going to be like a 50, 60-hour playthrough. But we finished that the other day, finally. Chaff up like mad and shield the fangs. Yeah, I don't think I had enough chaff really that game either. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a $5 because I'm back to my normal job now. So we're going to probably be doing only 3-hour streams instead of 4-hour streams in the evenings. So I'm going to take my $5. I'm going to go get myself my tea, get up, stretch, get yourself a drink, and then we'll come back for a couple more rounds. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell YouTube if they'd like to run ads, they can run some ads. If you're not blocking that, I appreciate the pennies. All right, get up, get yourself a stretch. We'll be right back. Oh my goodness. Yes, I thought I had the global chat muted. I obviously did not. And then I was talking to Raphael. Yeah, YouTube did the standard thing where they troll me right when I get close to like a big landmark. It's like -1, +2, -3, +3. And so like 3 days, I was like, come on, just do it. We'd been averaging about 10 subs a day. And then I went down to like 0 to 1 subs for like 3 days in a row. And then today we got like 20. So I don't know. They must have something that they do when you get close to that. Yeah, I definitely agree. I seen what you guys were chatting there. I don't think we had enough chaff really in that fight. We kind of got away with that more than anything else. Okay, let's hop in it. I gotta let my tea brew here for a second. Look at the Void Eye tech tree. Holy can. Any of these newer units, I don't have a ton of experience with. I've only been playing a few matches here and there lately. I've just been in the mood. So I like aerial mode. I really like to have that option, but not anything else. I'm not really, I guess range too. Do you like one of these, I take it? The suppressing shots seem kind of interesting. Anytime you can lower somebody's range, they waste a whole bunch of time moving around and not shooting. The energy absorbed doesn't cost anything. Increases HP by... Well, that is weird. Alright. Yeah, I'll try that out. I think for me, I don't generally use these as carries, so I probably would drop the charge shot. Although energy absorption and rain, it's fine. Not really super soon. All right, we'll try that if we do run that. Their high damage also being HP. I see. What do you drop on that? Do you drop range and keep the charge shot with the electromagnetic armor? That does seem kind of interesting. That's an interesting build there. What else would we drop though? The range enhancement, because we're gonna want to get shot in that version. Like I said, I don't generally end up taking these into like carry level units. I suppose having the energy absorption plus the shield would make them super duper tanky. I guess we can try that. I definitely am not good with these units yet. All right, let's get into another one. Yeah. On one hand, it's really nice that you can't really go into a match with a plan, but on the other hand, there's some like things I would love to be able to practice, and the AI doesn't really give you good practice. Like some of the opening unit types I'm not very good with, and I just need to use them more to get better. Okay, Fire Badger Specialist, I'm not in love with. Those units are interesting. Aerial Specialist, I do like the Wraith. I do like the Wraith a lot. That can be really interesting. A rank 3 marksman on round 2 is pretty good. I don't love the units. I'm gonna go aerial because I'm relatively comfortable with it. I like these 2 units. All right, we have sabers and arcs. Sabers and arcs. I think we will double funnel. I'm gonna lose if we fought that there. A level 1 Phoenix. I mean, that would be the round win for sure. We could get the Phoenix for free for the unlock. All right, I've never done that before. We can try that. So 16 movement versus 6. You might need to be a little bit closer, and you might need to be a little bit further. I hope that's far enough back. Free win. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never done that. I have done a weird opener where round 1 or 2 you go Wraith. It can be hilarious. It's funny and only possible there. I mean, if he doesn't go Fang, we win. Or I guess Sniper could do it too, maybe. All right, let's do it. All right, Dancing Bubble, what do you got? He did go Fang, but I mean, we're gonna have some units. Was that far enough back, or should that have been 2 more? That probably should have been 2 more back. Although maybe not. Maybe we're gonna arrive on time. All right, kill all the Fangs, and then we get the auto win. Kill all the Fangs, guys. Oh, he still has a couple left. I can't even speed it up. Ironically, those Fangs are gonna mess me up. All right, let's see. Yeah, he's gonna win because of the debuff. The suspense. You'll clear them easy? Oh, we did not clear them easy. That's okay. That's all right. Ooh, an early Typhoon. We could go Wasp. The Void Eye thing's interesting. We kind of need some chaff clear though. Typhoon can chaff clear. Yeah, let's try that. Apparently we're just gonna be crazy this round. Absolutely crazy. Okay, 9 speed. That's probably fine. And then we can get nothing else. Oops. We're just gonna be crazy this round. Yeah, Voids, I don't think Voids do it here. Like I said, it is a little annoying that sometimes you want to try something or practice something and there's just no way to do it because you just keep getting matches where you can't do it. Like I want to get some Phantom Ray practice because I never pick them because I'm not comfortable, but I never have a match where I want to pick them either. I'm kind of thinking we'll end up going Mustang in here at some point. Well, let's unlock those, even if we're broke. We just said Void so much you typed it again. All right, he also got Typhoons. Brawler? I mean, I feel like the arcs are going to clear those out lickety split. But then again, we're definitely going to lose this one too. And the one Typhoon's going to clear me. Womp womp. Go. Undo. I didn't even see what it was. I was clicking back from fixing something in OBS. Perfect. I have literally no idea what we just got. Well, that was a fail. Okay. Yep. Flank with the crawlers. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that idea. We're losing the front battle though pretty badly. Check the top left. We got improved melting points. That was totally me alt tabbing back in from fixing something on OBS. That's a new one. So hey, we should go melting point at some point. I'm kind of feeling that we need to get some more DPS. So I think we're gonna get or actually, hang on a second. We're gonna go Wraith here. We need clearing. We need chaff clear, and then I can armor them, and that'll negate the Typhoon. All right, well, that's annoying. How come the undo button doesn't undo that? Are you gonna buy me enough time? You might actually buy me enough time. We still have chaff on the field. That's good to see. All right, but I don't think they're going to kill that fast enough to turn on the Typhoon soon enough. Nope. Okay, one thing of fangs, eh. These are going to get mulched. So I think that's no. Yeah, I don't like any of those. Skip, yeah, my thoughts too. Okay, we really need A, we need to level you, and B, we still need some more chaff, like really badly. For you, you're thinking range? I kind of want these to get shot at the moment, so I'm going to disagree on that one. I think we're going to do that. We're going to go double Mustang. I'm just going to put those. I like these defensive spots early. It just really discourages people from messing around, and they'll arrive relatively early, actually, at that position. And I think we'll grab the extra. Yeah. Yeah, people had they did tell me that, Seth, but apparently I couldn't undo the 4 choice thing. I clicked it when I clicked back into game from fixing something on OBS. Oh, he went with extra Typhoon, so maybe we did not survive long with it. Yeah. Did work on his bit. Yeah, I was clicking it there, but apparently we can't undo that choice. I literally clicked back into game right when it popped up, sadly, so is what it is. At least I can undo other things when I mess it up. Ironically, I think it's Stormcaller. We've had so many Stormcaller discussions. He's got big things that hold still, and that screams Stormcaller. I think I'm doing that. And we're gonna plop you guys down right here. We're also getting mighty bunched up for getting shot. You have a promotion. The race, he did go anti-air spec, which does suck. So I think we are gonna go range. And we're gonna change their role. And then give me some more tanky chaff coming in here. Are Mustangs on the slate for getting nerfed? I feel like Mustangs just are too good at too many things for their price. All right, let's see how that goes. All right, come on, Storms. Earn your keep here for me. Okay, even with the extended range, I still need some chaff in front. That's a little unfortunate. The anti-air spec, I should have checked to see if he had that. If he didn't have that, the armor would actually work, but no bueno with the anti-air spec, and he got me again. Ooh, we're in a pretty bad space here. He's got a lot of veterancy on these things that I'm not killing. We have not damaged him yet. All right, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, and we are gonna go 2 more storms, and we are gonna do range, as somebody was just saying in chat there. And I think I'm gonna be a little more aggressive with these, with the thought that I'm gonna put some more chaff in front of them in the near future. We got 350 left. Some homing missiles might not be a bad idea. We are living through the initial volley, so they'll probably waste them on the first chaff set, and then hopefully we'll actually hit something decent. Yeah, a crawler flank might actually not be terrible. Although that arachnid over there would probably take him out. All right, what does he have? Okay, so he did go anti-missile on that. 5 of them might be enough. 5 of them might be enough. Let's see. 5 of them does seem to be enough. Unfortunate. All right, we did get the homing missiles to get in there, though. We are landing a few shots on the sides, but again, just we getting rocked down the middle. This kind of makes me think Scorpion. Maybe Scorpions. Maybe Sabers, maybe too, but maybe it's too late on the Sabers. I think he's got me. He might even kill me this round. That's 5 Sabers that are still up. Well, no, not yet. All right. Sabers are going to absolutely massacre fortresses, so I don't think this is it. All right, let's just try something crazy that I normally wouldn't pick, because I think this is already a loss. We'll do you here. Sandworms will get blown. You know what? We took the improved melter on accident. You know what? Let's try again. It's already a loss. Now it's time to experiment. Just try something different. We'll try that. We're gonna die, so I'm gonna borrow, and we'll take the extra range. And sure, why not? I'm pretty sure we've already lost here. Mountain. I have never had good luck with the mountain. Again, these newer units, I do not know. I think the Void Eye came out right around the time I kind of ran out of time and had to play other things for the channel. So it's been a hot minute. All right, improved melting point. Show me what you got. My accidental click. We have been clearing out the chaff relatively early, and if that's the case, the meltings will actually do something. I mean, I'm happy that we didn't get completely skunked. At least we killed a few things. That melting point was doing so good until that late chaff arrived. Apparently the Vulcan's in the back doing work. All right. There you go. Range on the melting. Yeah, we couldn't afford it that turn. All right. I think we're all in on the melts. I think this takes them longer to kill. So range, and I'm gonna upgrade those. You guys are gonna be just extra chaff, basically. Yeah, just come in slowly so that the melting points have something to hide behind. I think we're gonna go level 2 on you guys. We're gonna borrow because we're dead if we lose the round. We'll take the range. And I think we'll take the defense. We got 250 left. We'll do you guys. Also, apparently I have a Mustang line. I may as well put it on somebody. All right. Let's see how our decisions go. Ironically enough, we are actually getting the homing missiles in underneath that barrage, so that's something. All right, melting's getting in on some decent stuff. They really specifically hate that Typhoon. Get on that fortress. Get on that fortress. Okay, he's hitting my tower, though. Uh-oh. The tower probably gets it for him. We don't have healing or anything on the melting point. Well, hey, at least we didn't get skunked. We actually won a round. Considering how that went. Oh, it was dancing bubble again. Considering how that went. That was a round that did happen. Yep. All right, let me get my tea here. I need to recuperate for a second. Storm missiles are easy to stop, typhoons are medium, and boats and farseers are hard. Because of the missile velocity, you're saying? All right, how are we doing? Yeah, we can go for a little bit more. I gotta readjust. I'm so used to being able to do 4 to 5 hour streams all summer. I'm gonna have to kind of get used to these a little bit shorter streams for the time being. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, every once in a while you run across an opponent that for some reason doesn't have anti-missile tech on anything. We had one of those earlier. He had sabers and he had mustangs and neither one had the anti-missile tech. I don't know why, because one of the earliest noob stomp things is Stormcallers. At least it was for me. Just getting absolutely pounded by those. All right. I like arachnids, I like snipers, and I like aerial specialist. I don't love that unit combo. I don't like those early especially. That almost forces him to go mustangs. That's interesting, but I don't like the specialist. All right, I'm gonna go aerial again. I like this unit combo. I am a sniper boy at heart. Okay, so you have 8 movement. All right, and there, and then we're gonna definitely chaff. Before we pick it, we should look. So sabers and fangs. We have relatively slow units, so we probably want fangs, I think, in this case. All right, and I think we're just gonna be... I'm deployed too far aggressive. Let's pull back a little bit here. That's too far forward. That's probably fine. There's definitely a art when it comes to formations and units and unit speeds. Not that far up. Okay, let's pull them back some more then. These are too slow though. Those arachnids are going to get ahead of them if I'm not careful. I mean, we could bring these guys forward. That would be okay. Pretty aggressive sniping. I'm down with that. All right, let's try that. Again, there's definitely an art, and I don't have the unit speeds, like how far do I need an 8 versus a 9, etc., etc. Okay, he did go for the middle funnel. It looks like my 2 snipers on the outside are going to get directly onto those sabers, though. Hopefully those fangs stay in front. Okay, good. Range tech semi-early might be good, but I can't imagine he'll let me do this twice. Okay, interesting. Uh-oh. That he's definitely gonna one-tap my sniper. Oh, but he shot a thing? Oh! Okay, well, we lose, but... that could have been really bad if we didn't kill either one of those. I think mastering, because like you said, we want our chaff to get shot as we are shooting. And elite Phoenix, snipers kind of do the same thing Phoenixes do, kind of, sorta. We could improve the sledgehammer. Or a hacker. You know what? I'm gonna go sledgehammer on that one. Okay, what did we not do well enough here? We needed more chaff killer and we needed more chaff. So I think we'll probably go maybe another fang and right down the middle and try to draw him in. Maybe just another fang and another arachnid. Or we did just grab improved sledge, so maybe we actually use that this round. I already picked a unit though. Okay, maybe I should have gone sledge this turn. All right, let's bring in a second wave of chaff. Something like this, and then we'll have a third wave later. Kind of want you to split up more. Can you do 3? No. Anti-air is unneeded. All right, I am going to invest this. We'll just grab our text quick. Maybe that'll give us the edge. You can undo the... Oh! Well, I'm out of time now. Shoot. I need to get used to that. I totally missed that you could undo. I've been playing on and off for a couple weeks whenever I've had some free time, and I totally missed that. I think my crawlers were too far forward. They're going to arrive at the same time. That's not what we wanted. Well, actually, I guess they pull ahead. Get them, boys. Get them. All right, well, at least those 2 sabers on the outside are not getting XP. That's something. Yeah, see, right here, we're killing the tank, but we're not killing the chaff. That's not what we want. This is what we want. We want the things shooting the right targets. Okay, we accidentally won that round, I'm gonna say. Okay, a laser sight I don't hate. Training can be nice. Laser the guy in the middle, maybe? Training, and then we could level up a sledge. Let's do training. That's what I don't use too much. And let's actually use our sledge thing that I should have done. I guess we couldn't have bought 2 last turn because it raised the price by 50. And I think we're going to use you guys to actually tank. I think I'm happy enough to do the middle fight at the moment. I could level 1 dude. I think it's going to be him. Then again, he shoots a lot of chaff. You shoot a tank. Is he going to let me keep doing that, though? You are also more likely to die right now. All right, let's do this guy. If I thought he wasn't going to put some chaff in front of these guys, the outside guy would be better to kill this sooner. But there's no way he's going to let me do that 3 rounds in a row, right? There's no way he lets me do that 3 rounds. Okay, so he got some chaff clear with the arachnids. Good choice, I would say. Oh, we didn't use our intensive training either. Yeah, and that kept me off the tanks for a while. Okay, we're at least on 1. And our level up guy is at least on 1 of the level up guys, but I think he has this round. I don't think my snipers can fire fast enough here. Can we at least kill that one? Okay, thank you. Okay, so more chaff would work. Our snipers would have won that in the end. Okay, I don't want the steel balls. Well, actually, I say that. He doesn't have that much chaff, and we are doing a decent job of clearing it. Scorpions against medium units. He doesn't really have medium units. You like the Scorp, huh? Wasps also are kind of interesting here. This is the perfect Scorp game. All right, you're gonna have to explain why it's the perfect Scorp game. I'll trust you and get it, but now you have to explain it to me. I do think I shoved you down the middle. And I think we need some more chaff. And I'm kind of thinking we're going to do the flanky flank, or we're going to do Mustangs. Let's get the Mustangs on the board. I feel like there's just so much value here. Like, this so makes it like you have to really invest if you want to flank me. And if you invest a whole bunch, well, at least I have something there already. And those will come in nice on the sides, kind of wonky. I think we are going to take the levels on you guys. Get repairs. We can get anti-air, which we don't need. I could mass recruit an extra unit. You know what? Since I'm out of time, we'll mass recruit an extra unit. We'll just get some extra chaff. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, he also went Scorp. He went double Scorp. I do like the idea of maybe 2 more Scorps and then extending range. Okay, so far his Scorps have been shooting into chaff on my side for the most part. Now that right side died again. Come on, guys, get rid of the chaff quick. The snipers can win. You just gotta get rid of the chaff. Those sledgies over there trying their hardest. Okay. We squeak one through there. That does kind of make me think another 2 sledgies could also be something. I don't like that tech. Don't want that. Better worms isn't terrible, as some acid isn't terrible. I'm gonna go greed, and I'm gonna take the improved sandworm. We may or may not end up using that. We do need to worry about acid, so I am going to shield. And then from there, we could still go double Scorp, or we could add some more sledgies. Elite recruit some sledge. That's another ability I don't generally use. All right, let's try it. That's not something I normally do. I could only afford 1, but that's okay. We will throw him. I think we're just going to have him on the flank. And then I guess some extra Mustangs is fine too. This was the flank that had the most trouble. Let's add some help on that side. Yeah, I'm not good. I never use the elite recruitment. That's another thing I could definitely get better at. Because something like sledgies really appreciate that. Like 7,090 or 7,999 versus 3,099 for the HP. Okay, I also forgot to put the acid down. Par for the course. Please remember your training. I do need to remember the training too. I think we got this one. We hit the scorpion first, luckily. Okay, good. We need some level ups on a couple of these things really badly. Melting point could be good, but I feel like we have the role covered, kinda. I almost clicked in deployment there. All right, let's go Typhoon with the thought that we're going to try to counter the Raiden with it. And we can also missile on them if we want. So give me another set of those. This is the side that was having the most problems last time, but then we fixed it. So now it's going to be this side. Nine. Okay, you guys definitely need to be leveled, and my snipers are sitting on XP, which I don't like. I can get another set. Let's get a set, and then we will train them and level them, and we'll put those over here. Okay, $200 left. Our Scorp, sure, he's been doing good work. And we got 50 left, which isn't enough to do you guys. I don't really like to do chaff. I think we're just gonna eat 50. Okay, yeah, see, that's the problem. My marksman's too close and he got dinged with that too. I'm very glad I leveled him or he would have died there. Okay, luckily that didn't really change much. Nothing died from it. So I think that was just pure luck. Okay, left side's still having some problems, frankly. Right side's looking okay, but we're having to hit through the shield, which is probably going to be our loss. Yeah. Okay, he doesn't have any units that have anti-missile other than the Mustang. He does have the option available. Okay, orbital bombardment, new. Underground threat can be really good. Attack of all units by 30. I'm gonna go with the attack. Okay, we had several problems here. All right, you got missiled, and he's gonna probably keep missiling. So give me another set of fangs, and let's eat that missile. You guys are just gonna have to die. All right, you. Okay, I think we're gonna go range enhancement. I think I'm gonna do range enhancement. Let's keep those guys safe. You could use a level. 2 more Typhoons and shield. We can get the 2 Typhoons, or I guess we could get 1 because I've already recruited once. This, I guess both sides were having problems. Let's do that. Let's unlock the Wasp. It doesn't have a ton other than the Typhoon of anti-air. So we might do an air play at some point. All right, promote you. Okay, we'll just save the points this turn. I'm liking that we're killing that one arachnid that freaking early. I'm liking that. Yeah, we don't need none of that. So he went with more scorpions. I'm feeling like we pivot to air here. Never upgrade the spiders. They don't do enough at level 2. Okay, I think we're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot to air here. I'm thinking probably overlords. Overlords and probably wasps or ground pound. Probably ground pound for the first turn. Offering Raiden again. All right, I'm gonna storm call. He has lots of things that like to just sit there, and we're gonna be well. I think we're gonna be weird. I don't normally do this. Ooh, you can't fit. No, I don't normally stick them in the middle like this. I guess we'll do that. I think I'm gonna pivot, and we're gonna go Overlord. We can get 2. I could either get 1 more and no tech, or I could get the artillery. I think I would rather have the extra 1. All right, hopefully he didn't go Overseer here. That would throw some monkey wrenches in. Also, hopefully that he doesn't draw nuke. You got 150. Need the sniper levels. Farseers, you think? He went Farseers, that's for sure. That's a little unfortunate for me. All right, we'll see if those Stormcallers do anything. He kind of has to do multiple things right now, though. Like, he needs to counter air and he needs to fire at missiles. So I guess he just goes more Farseers, frankly. That seemed to have helped. Training. We did forget the training. Training is what I'm never good at. I never remember to do that. Because I don't take into account the cost of leveling up the unit at the right time in my thought process, I guess. Okay, this is still anyone's game. Giant units can produce steel balls. Yeah. I think I'm skipping on this one. Okay, you guys, all three of you can level. Do it. Let's add the artillery. And I think I'm just going to all in on this strategy. We're going to add the wasp production. I need to get a wasp because I want to give them... Oh, I can't afford the shields. I wanted to give them shields. You know what? We might be able to do this. I'm going to go whole greed here. Please click that. I'm going to borrow. This is probably a bad idea. Let's grab the shield. And that way the wasps they produce will be shielded. All right. Mistakes were probably made, but we'll see. We'll see. Shield goes down. He didn't get any more. Did he get anti-missile? Yes, he did. Right call on that. Then again, though, like I said, while they're shooting at missiles, they're not shooting at units. So I think a lot of people don't take that really into account very well. Sometimes you can kind of screw yourself with that. I'm not sure if that's the case here. Okay, they're starting to lose some Mustangs, which means the missile defense is going to get lower and lower. I don't think we have enough left alive that we're going to kill in this round, though, which is unfortunate. I don't think we do 1600 here. Oh, we squeaked it by. We squeaked it by. Well, good game, Asswort. I really thought he had me there. Yep, I totally forgot to do the training too, but we couldn't afford it anyways. So I think we had just enough missiles that we were able to creep a couple through. And once we got the cascade of killing a few of them, they all just died. That was very lucky. I think the ground cannon helped a lot too, because I don't think they can shoot that. I think the shields on the wasp was good too. I think that they spent a lot of time killing that first wave of wasps when they could have been shooting other things. Bolt missiles are super hard to stop. Ground cannon OP. Look at that. Silver 1. That's just how good I am. That's by far the highest I've ever been. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, I think we got time for one more. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I want to do. Let's do it. I kind of want to do a Void Eye match, but we'll see if we can fit them in here. I want to try those other techs we picked up. It's going to be really interesting to see how the meta changes with these buildings. I'm really curious, because I know one of the things they said they wanted to do was make the first round a little less random, aka people one-siding you. Okay, speed specialist, but not units that go with it. Training specialist, so I can just forget to do it. Typhoon specialist. It does have Void Eye. All right, I'm in. I'm in. This is a horrible decision. All right, so we have chaff clear, and we do have chaff clearable stuff. And we got... Okay, so if we go flying, that's an auto win for a turn. We don't like the steel balls shooting at the arachnids, though. I gotta remind myself, you're speed 8, you're speed 8. Okay, that's handy. So you guys are actually the same speed. We could go one extra arachnid and lose. We could go flying and auto win. We could just go, we could just go Void Eyes. We could just go Void Eyes and get 2 more. And then next round we fly them. Oh, hit the 0 cost, yeah. You know what? We're just all in. We're just all in on that. Are we really doing that? And then what? We're gonna get some chaff. Okay, I kind of feel like we're a little far forward here. Although we're kind of slow units too. Let's pull back. How much time do I have? 20 seconds. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Not like this. We got it. And unlock something. Okay. And he did one-side me. Yeah, so he's gonna end up winning this. Probably because he's gonna be able to concentrate his forces more. Although maybe the Void Eyes can do it. Maybe. Yeah, so one of their design things was so this doesn't happen. With the building, supposedly it'll reduce the randomness of round 1 a little bit. Yeah, he's definitely he'll take my tower and then kill me. I can move multiples at once. You're kidding me, horrifying thoughts. Okay, we got more kill than I thought we would. Okay, so we're gonna need some chaff, and some chaff clear would be nice. You know what? Weirdly enough, I think we take the fangs here. Farseer is really nice, though. Farseer with range upgrade at some point would be really nice on those guys. Badger? Alright, we'll do it. I never play Badgers. And we're still gonna need some chaff, though. Your speed 10. Alright. For those about to die is all I can say for you guys. I don't think I want to mirror either. I do think we kind of want to do that. We'll go down the middle. We have 100 points left. Can't get in the air at the moment. We'll take the damage. Alright, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully those couple fangs can last a little bit. Just to let me get in range. He went Farseer, okay. Come on, Badgers. Okay, they need a little more chaff over there. Yeah. The balls. Oh, he flanked me with a crawler unit. Oh, and with the tower taken. Yikes. Okay, so we need something over here to counter the crawlers. Might be a Mustang round for me. That would kill the crawlers for sure. And we could get some more chaff on the other side too. Yeah, I think I'm probably committed to that. Barrier. Laser sight. Improved Wraith. You know what? I'm gonna take the improved Wraith. I'm not gonna recruit it this round though. Alright, give me the Mustangs. Give me 2 of them. Oh, was that, did he do a crawler invasion on that? Is that what that was? All right, well, I'm still gonna go ahead and, oh, they're up here, I see. I still want to deploy you really far back. All right, that'll help these guys. We have 200 left. I have nothing to level. I think we want more chaff. Let's do that. More fangs. I just need these guys to have a little bit more time. They're gonna rush ahead. I think we're gonna do that. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, he's all in on the ball, so that's kind of making me think Scorpion. Scorpions and maybe a couple more arachnids. The Void Eyes getting airborne would also be really good. I may need to do that, although the Farseer seems to eat their lunch, so maybe that's a moot point. Balls are too strong. The Raiden's the best anti-ball unit, really? I have zero experience with the Raiden. I bought it once and then it died. That is my experience with the Raiden. Alright, we got our Typhoon. I'm not sure that's gonna really do much. I'm gonna take Underground here. And we are gonna try to pull in the Farseer with that. Alright, you guys. This is where we need more help still. Here. Let's just try it. Let's just see. This is probably already a loss, so this is a learning round. We'll go air so the balls can't hit them. I'd like to get 2 units, so give me another Mustang and I guess another Fang. Okay, Mustangs. Help this guy out some. You. Yes, split up please. And then you guys. Now let's go this route. Okay, and then we'll unlock. Maybe we use marksman at some point. Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, I didn't buy the Typhoon. We're a Typhoon specialist. I'm just figuring maybe we can clear the chaff with that a little bit better. All right, he did go with more Farseers. The Farseers are going to absolutely eat those Void Eyes. Looks like he can one-tap them. We'll probably need to go with some anti-missile for that. Unless we just absolutely kill the balls quick, which it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Yeah, I'm not really seeing the Void Eye. We're not set up really for a carry. So I'm not really seeing that. We're not going to have the damage and not the tank. Although these haven't leveled. Level 2 ones I hear are relatively tanky, so maybe that would be the difference there. Ow. Okay, they did level up. Mobilize a battleship. I mean, we're going to die if we don't win a round. Let's take that. Oops. I don't know how sometimes that pops open. And let's plop it here. We're just gonna learn. I'm gonna do the upgrade. I want to see how they perform. Farseers. I mean, 200 for the anti-missile tech. Let's try it. Again, this is probably a sunk game, so let's just do some learning. So we'll try to use these guys to kill the missiles that are killing the Void Eyes. We'll see how that goes. Alright, so now these guys had 1900. These have 3800. So I should be able to take an extra missile hit at least. Yeah, we did push further where they're at. Is it going to be the difference, though? I don't think so. I mean, they are kind of covering, although they just got a tower, so that's probably GG. Yeah, I'm not... I know some people like the Void Eye carries. I don't see that one. And again, I know we're not really carry spec on those, but I'm not super impressed by them. Maybe with the range and the extra damage. The Farseers were a perfect counter to those. So that's good to know. Asymmetrical placement wing, yeah. I hate asymmetrical. I'm definitely a symmetrical player, much to my own detriment. It's so powerful because he's using 90% of his forces to kill 50% of mine, and then he takes the tower and then he kills the other bit of my forces. I can definitely see why they want to try to change up the game to make those first rounds a little less swingy. Because sometimes you get a game where they just get so far ahead of you in XP on the right units that it's really, really hard to catch up on. Okay, I am going to cut it short a little bit here today. I just was... How did you turn back on? I thought that was for this play session, but apparently... All right, no more chat. We don't do chat. Yeah, I just started back at work today. Today was my first day back, so I think I am gonna call it a little bit early tonight. My voice is all scratchy from talking at meetings all day. My plan is we'll be back on Wednesday. What we're going to be streaming, I'm not 100% certain. We may do some more Mechabellum. We may start in on something different. We may do some astronauts. I'm not 100% decided on that yet, so just hang out. Make sure you're in the Discord if you want to know when I'm going live. I may wait till the last minute like I did today to make my decision, so if you're on Discord, I do an @everyone, and you'll know when we're heading live. Beyond that, we'll have the normal pregame video will come out tomorrow. It is Picone, so it should be kind of a fun one for people. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the new nations, so that should be pretty good. All right, thanks everyone for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like on the video. If you're not currently subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. If you want to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super chat, a super thanks, join as a member, or consider checking out the Patreon linked in the channel info. I'm going to let YouTube run an ad here at the very, very end for a couple pennies if you want to hang out for a few seconds, but otherwise, babble out. Have a good Tuesday.